So when I'm under the impression that it's recording right now. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do the intro, or
Yeah,
were we
but
gonna
I
do
got
that later?
nervous.
Oh,
Oh,
I have
okay.
the
Are we
thing
all
that I'm
gonna
I
gonna
don't know
say.
what to say either.
I know I have my thing.
You two start this.
Okay, I'll just tell you guys what I'm gonna say. It's like, hey, I'm Angel. I'm the type of guy that has too many empty water bottles on my desk right now, and I gotta really clean that up.
Okay. That's. Do you
Wait,
really
it's quick
have...
and simple.
How many do you have? That's
It's
bad for the
it's not
environment.
as much, but I mean, I got these two here,
It's bad for the environment.
and then I have two of these water bottles that actually are
See-
empty.
The refillable one's okay, but also you're drinking Arrowhead, which concerns me.
Arrowhead is fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Aquafina.
Ugh.
Dasani.
No, that's bad.
Arrow.
That's
Head.
worse.
God.
Dasani's
Arrowhead's
worse.
I didn't say Dasani. Dasani's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
Aquafina.
Save it for the
That's it.
podcast. Oh wait, we're recording.
We're not.
Wow. Not even your name or anything.
Oh my god, you're so edgy. Alrighty. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Neon Outpost podcast. I'm your host Lauren, and today's episode is brought to you by the flickering light bulb above my shower that I have not changed.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm the type of guy that has too many empty water bottles around me at all times, and I need to always fill them and rush off to do just that.
I'm Lukas, and wubba lubba dub dub. And last but not least,
It's me, Olivia. Thanks for joining us. How are y'all doing?
I don't like that Angel has so many water bottles on his desk.
Well, here's the
And
thing.
I'm gonna call you out
end
on
up.
that.
You're right. But here's the thing. I always end up getting a water bottle real quick, and it's just like, all right, yeah, it's gaming hour. It's time to game. I got to get a water bottle. I finish it, and it's just like, okay, I'm already in this game. I'll get it later. And then what ends up happening, it's like I don't have enough time to refill the water bottle. So what I'll end up doing is I'll just get another one, and then it just kind of stacks on that way.
you know what? If you're refilling them, more power to you. That is,
I definitely try.
you are saving a lot of plastic right there.
Mm,
Just
I
by
really
doing that. Yeah.
The thing is, I
Fantastic.
also have those Hydro Flask on my desk too that I've yet to fill, and I think it's just because it takes too long for me to fill those as opposed
I
to
was
just the
trying to
plastic
help
ones.
you. I was trying to help you, but you had to bring up the hydro flask.
I'll admit it.
Get out.
Okay.
All right. So did anybody do anything fun this week?
Yeah, I actually went camping, Emma Wood State Beach. It's really nice there. It was like a cool, crisp, maybe 70 the whole time I was there.
So you were
Wow.
freezing and had like
yeah.
2 jackets on, right?
I didn't have 2 jackets on. I had a blanket. It was
Yeah.
blanket weather.
Oh,
It was
okay.
nice.
Oh,
Yes.
70.
Blanket weather in the middle of summer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gosh.
At the
And-
beach.
Yeah, it's the
Mhm.
beach, yeah.
Then as we were driving back home and coming up that altitude there, you could really feel the heat beating down on you, and I was like, oh Lord, please send me back.
Sounds
not like
awesome, especially after the 100+ degree weather we've been having over here. It's
Yeah,
been
we're
constant.
still having that heat
It's just
wave.
beating down on us. Exactly. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's good to point out that California weather is a lot different from Vegas, so
No kidding. It's a dry heat, so I can take that.
Dry heat my ass.
I tell my
dying. I go outside and I sit outside, enjoy the little tiny bit of cold I can get in the middle of summer, and I've had mosquitoes buzz by my ear. I've been bitten. My entire leg is covered in mosquito bites, and I'm like, I'm living the fucking desert. What happened?
We have mosquitoes in the desert?
I did not realize that. It's been humid.
I'm gonna have to research that. I'm gonna have to get stats to research.
Arizona has a bunch of them.
maybe
makes
it's the
sense.
proximity to someone with stagnant water. I don't know. Maybe someone has a pond.
I heard it's based off of blood type. Some people's blood type, it does depend on how often they're stung by mosquitoes.
Lucas, what's your blood type?
I don't know.
Oh. Well, I'm
be
O
fair, it's hard
positive,
to-
so universal donor.
Hey,
You guys
nice.
can thank me
Hey,
now.
look at you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Isn't
Pretty-
it like
When
Be
was-
grateful.
Yeah.
Whatever your
Oh
like
yeah, be
mom's blood type
grateful.
is, it's like your blood type too. Not what it
Yeah, there's like it like mixes, or it's usually the same.
Like my mom's is like an A something or like AB.
I am an A negative from what I could tell. I don't know the exact one, but just based off of my dad's and my mom's blood types.
My dad was an O. I don't know if he was positive. I know.
Anyway, I had a pretty interesting week. I went back to classes. Some in person, some some online. I'm glad that some switched to online last minute, just kind of keep my distance mostly. But it's really surreal being back on campus now.
Is it?
With
Is it like
I mean,
empty?
no, that's the surreal thing. I'm used to it being empty. Like at least at the very beginning of the pandemic starting to hit, it got
Mhm.
very empty very quickly. And now that it's been over a year and a half, things are people want to go back to normal, I guess. I see a lot more people than I think I would in a while. And it's
Mhm.
just it's very strange and very weird. And like, I don't know, I guess I've been too used to being indoors most of the time.
Give you anxiety.
A little bit, yeah. But
Mm.
it's something I gotta just adjust through for right now.
Yeah.
I want to still go to class and I still want to graduate. So
I stayed at Total Wine for like 30 minutes. I've never done that before. And
what's
bought,
Total
like,
Wine?
I've never been in a Total Wine. What's that like?
you ever been to Lee's Liquor?
Nope.
Yes.
The Lee Liquor. Oh, you've never been to Lee's Liquor, and you're
I
from
get
there?
my alcohol from Trader Joe's or Walmart.
Total Wine's just a gigantic Lee's Liquor.
Is that where you got the Buddha alcohol? The Buddha beer that you brought over when we were playing Call of Duty?
No,
Buddha.
that was a Christmas gift I got from my aunt from somewhere in
I love
California.
Buddha beer. It's a little beer that's shaped like Buddha,
Yeah.
right? It's green.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
love
Shoulda
that. That
figured.
beer is so tasty. It's the only beer I'll drink. I don't like any other beer. I'll drink that one. You don't like it?
No,
Oh,
I
that's
did not like it.
Oh
amazing.
no,
It was so gross.
I liked
it
it.
hit weird. But
People
then I
got
had
different tastes.
It
Yeah.
wasn't my favorite.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
There was one in there called Kingfisher that is only in New York, and I like that one a lot. That was really good, actually.
Has anyone
Kinda
here
s-
been to New York?
No,
No.
did not.
Okay.
To kind of switch topics, concerts.
Who was your first concert, Angel?
First concert. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember I can't remember the age I was, but I was very young. And I went with my sister to the Hannah Montana concert. To a Hannah
Amazing.
Montana
So
concert.
sorry.
They
We
had like
get
live
that
Hannah
But, I
Montana
mean,
concerts?
They had a live Hannah Montana concert. I'm not sorry. I'm glad I was able to experience it. I don't know
Did
what
you
you're
see her
talking
do
about.
like the wig hair change?
No, so the way that they did it, actually, she came out first as Hannah Montana, singing those songs and everything, and the Jonas Brothers were actually touring with them, or was it Jonas Brothers or was Ali and AJ? I actually think it was Ali and AJ, but
Who's
either
Ellie and
way,
AJ?
you don't know who Ali and AJ is either.
No.
Disney, it's
I
like
did
Disney
see the
Jane
Channel.
Jonas
Elf
Brothers
and the
at a
Shocker?
basketball game though in Texas, but continue.
You said okay.
Did you watch Phil of the Future?
Huh?
Did you watch Phil of the Future?
Nope.
Oh yeah,
Phil?
I did.
It's her.
Mhm.
The love interest
Oh.
of
That's
the
that's
show.
one of them. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't
Yeah,
realize
that,
that.
that's
That's just
Ali.
it, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Either way,
AJ
Listeners
was
are
an
gonna
artist.
figure out that I live under a rock pretty soon, but continue, Angel.
either way. So in the middle, they were performing their songs, and they were mentioning that she's changing to Miley Cyrus now. And then towards the end, it was Miley Cyrus performing at the end. But that was it, and that was my first concert experience. And I will say, at the time, I was like a little against it because, like, oh man, this is just like a kind of a girly concert. But thinking about it now, it's like, I mean, who else can say that they watched Hannah Montana live?
That's true. Power to you.
Mhm.
Olivia, who was your first concert?
Wow, you're just out here fishing for my security passwords, aren't
Yes.
you?
Yes.
God.
Oh, that's right.
Y'all are just
Hey,
freely
save-
giving this
save-
information out to the internet, but okay.
Listen. Save the, what your mother's maiden names are. We'll discuss that next week. So, who was your
Yeah, and
first
eventually,
concert?
yeah, and eventually we'll all have identity theft. It'll be great.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe.
My first concert. So we would go to the state fair, Pomona State Fair, not every year, but almost every year. And this was like, I don't know, I was 5, I have no idea. But we went and saw War and Santana.
Wow.
And
How old were you?
that was probably like 5. But they would always play, so we would always, like, my parents would always go and see them.
It must be
So
nice
I
to
think,
have like a venue to always go see Santana, apparently. Because
well, he was
Really?
there 1 year. I
Oh.
know it was mostly to go see War,
still though, that's pretty neat.
so that's what I
Huh.
grew up around. They
Okay.
had a lot of concerts there, though. The state fair is a really good place, like, see random artists.
Was that something that
Um,
everyone can go see for free, or you have to pay like a price for
no, you have to
admission?
pay extra. So
Oh,
how it's set up is like it's the Fairplex, okay? And so the Fairplex, you'd go in and you could see the animals, pet all the animals, sheep, goats, cows. Then you could go into, they have a racetrack there. And at the racetrack, that's where they would have their concert venue. And you would have to pay extra to go see them, but I mean, you might as well go see them at the end of the night anyways, because there's not, I mean, unless you're doing the rides or eating, you do at a state fair, there's not much else to do. Because I think a
yeah,
lot of you could, or, I mean, there's lots to do. Like, you can go in and see all the art exhibitions and whatnot. It's a fun time.
that's pretty neat.
Highly recommend if you haven't gone. The
Hmm.
LA County Fair, what am I talking about? But yeah.
I've lived in LA 4 years. Never been to the LA Fair.
I've been
Yeah,
once.
never been once.
Well, I'll have to take you all because, like, it's definitely you get a lot of good experience. Like, there's a lot of good food to eat. You can
Mhm.
go see a concert if you really feel like it. I personally, now that I'm like being more not a little kid, essentially,
Older?
like I like going, yeah, older. I like going through and looking at everyone's art because there's a lot of really good like photography. They have paintings. Another really cool thing is that they'll showcase people's collections. And so I think the last time I was there, someone had like a Wizard of Oz collection, and it was just a small portion of their collection.
Yeah.
And then they had other, Marvel collections, DC collection, like of old memorabilia, essentially. It's a good time.
Yeah, sounds like you had a really interesting first concert experience.
I mean, we would go almost every year, so. And that's probably the only reason why I know it was them specifically, because I don't remember most of my childhood, because,
I mean, you were
I don't
5, so
know.
it's a little
Yeah.
tricky sometimes. How about you, Lucas? See, you're
Okay.
kind of pondering.
All right. What would you define a concert as?
You're seeing a performing artist in front of a crowd performing music.
Live.
Live.
Live,
Hmm.
yeah.
In person.
Live.
See, I don't know if that's considered a concert or not because it wasn't really a concert, but like kind of a concert.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll go for
then-
it.
It was for the Wiggles. I was,
Whoa!
Amazing.
I was.
That's a concert. That's 100% a
sick.
concert.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like.
I didn't
legacy.
consider it a concert because it was like in like a school, like elementary
Oh.
school size like auditorium,
Aww.
and they
It
were
was a
like singing.
performance.
Yes, there we go. Yes, it was more of a performance.
That's still
and-
so cute, though.
There was only it was the yellow wiggle, purple and blue were there. Red was not there.
Oh, Red wasn't there?
What happened to
No,
that?
Red wasn't. I don't know. No
Mistake.
idea.
He's probably
no, he
hungover
wasn't-
from the night before or something.
Right.
That's what they didn't want to tell the kids. He's
Hungover.
like, oh, he's just taking a vacation.
Oh, he's
you know?
he's got a headache.
Oh no.
It was the three of them singing, and then they like came out and like touched all the kids' hands. It was a little weird, but
It was like one of the crowd experiences, just
Yeah.
like
So
yeah.
it was like Cats, but
Yeah.
for little kids.
yes, basically. Yes, but like official concert. Oh, I don't know if I want to admit that. I kind of want to lie about that.
I
Taylor Swift.
admitted about Hannah Montana, so
Well, who's
Yeah,
who's
that
gonna
was my
know?
first-
Who's gonna
yeah.
know, Lucas?
Who's gonna know?
Go ahead
No
and
one's
lie.
gonna
you're
know.
never gonna know.
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Swift.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
saw
Uh-huh.
and Charlie XCX was
Oh.
her opener. So was Camila Cabello. Shawn Mendes appeared as
Wow.
as well.
I
That's
recognize one of
It was
those
pretty
names.
decent.
That's a pretty star-studded concert right
I
there.
know. It was a great
That's like
concert.
an
That's not bad.
experience.
It was fun. It was
How old
at
were you when that? How old were you when you did that? Because I'm trying to think of like what era of Taylor Swift was it? Was it like the good era where she was like
Reputation era.
okay,
It was her
yeah.
Reputation tour. So
Mm.
20. It was after I graduated.
What's the
2018.
Reputation era?
Ooh, look what you
Are we
made me
on
do.
Jeopardy?
That's a
Look what you made me do. That one song.
Is
yes.
that the one where she deleted all of her pictures on Instagram except for the one of the snake?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
noted.
Yes.
Yeah, noted. Not a big fan of that era, but
I
hey,
don't
that
like country, so it's her best era for me.
Okay.
I see what you mean.
So fun though.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah,
I
you
always really
mentioning
liked what she wore. She wore such cute dresses.
She's a
Taylor
very
Swift.
good performer.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
I could
Anyways,
see
what were you
that.
gonna say?
You mentioning all those stars in that one concert reminded me of a concert that I was really lucky to go to, and it was for like a charity event. So, to make a long story short, my aunt, she worked for the comp desk at the Bellagio with comps. For anyone who doesn't know, who doesn't in around Vegas or just know the Vegas terminology, if you play long enough at a concert, or no, at a concert, if you play long enough at a casino and you spend lots of money there, you're more than likely to get comped something. It'll be a room, it can be free dinner somewhere,
Stated.
and other times it'll be a free event that you get to go to. They will give you tickets if you spend enough money at their casino to just hey, you're our most like welcome guest. Here's a ticket to said such and such event. The thing is, not a lot of people will usually take them. Sometimes it's generally older people or people that don't know anything about said event, or just like, I'm not really feeling it. I won't go, or I won't pick up my ticket at the comp desk.
Mhm.
So what'll end up happening is she will offer us tickets to said event maybe about an hour before the event starts, just to make sure that no one is picking up their comped tickets. So a lot of the times, at the middle of dinner, I'll get a call from my aunt saying like, "Hey, there's this concert happening tonight. It's in an hour. Do you want to go?"
Yes.
More often than not, we said yes. Yeah, it's just because like, yeah, for sure, why not? That's awesome. And one of them was called the Justin Timberlake and Friends. It was called Justin Timberlake and Friends.
You saw
It
JT?
was yeah, I saw JT as well as Timberland, Alicia
Mm.
Keys,
Oh.
Snoop Dogg. Ooh, what was his name? Jay Sean. He was big at the time. And I know there was other people, but I'm blanking on the other names. But it was a super star-studded concert, and like that is one of the concert experiences that I'll never forget. Just because like hearing all the songs that were like big at the time. I want to say it was around '08. It was around '08 or '09.
Oh, if
Um,
Timberland is still, if you even just mentioned his name and he was relevant, definitely had to be in the early or late
yeah.
2000s. Like,
Mhm.
that was
Right?
the
So that's a good
last
point.
bit. I don't even know if he's alive anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Pretty sure he's still chilling. I'm
Yeah,
I
sure
did
he's still
recognize
it's
that
producing
name.
music.
irrelevant.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's pretty
But
cool to see.
it was an awesome concert. And yeah, it was just a really fun time. And you mentioning all of those celebrities reminded me of that concert. A lot of my other concert experiences came from my aunt because she had the comps to give us, and it's just like, hey, you want to go? Yeah, sure, let's do it.
So too, you know.
Exactly. It's who you know.
My first concert, I don't know how old I was. I think I was like 9 or 10. Might have been a little bit older. It was in Texas, and then my mom took me and one of her friends and one of her friends' daughters to go see Avril Lavigne.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for that. Wow.
And a little bit different than Hannah Montana and the Wiggles, but
just a little.
and I saw her, she played the piano, and I remember just being like really cranky because we were sitting out in the grass. It was an outside auditorium, and there were people like smoking weed, and there was just cigarette smoke everywhere and cigar smoke, and just I was not having fun as a little kid. I was like, why can't I be inside reading? I wasn't grateful for the opportunity of being able to see Avril Lavigne
When you mentioned that she was
live.
cranky, I wasn't sure who you were talking about. That you were talking
Oh,
about Avril Lavigne.
me. I'm
Uh,
cranky. It was me as a
Definitely
child.
cranky.
I was definitely cranky. Avril was pretty cool. She definitely shaped how I dressed a lot of my early childhood, the flannels and then the
yeah,
punk.
that was
Yeah.
a style.
The raccoon eyeliner,
Oh
go
my god.
you
That
gotta
was a
do that.
style when
It
she
was a
was like
style.
relevant.
There's a conspiracy theory that she was replaced by
Avril
another
Lavigne?
Yes.
Yes, I
it's
know
like
this.
she's actually like dead or something. and-
What?
That she's
What
dead
is this?
because the lady they keep comparing pictures of her now, and like her eyebrows and like her face shape is different. It's plastic surgery or something.
Yeah,
there's-
yeah, that definitely exists.
It's like a whole thing.
It's like a whole thing. It's like there's like websites dedicated to it that she's been replaced.
Wow. And yeah, I just came across a video not too long ago of like her singing like an old song of hers, and it's like, wow, she looks great. Like she looks like as if she never aged. And now you're telling me it might not be the other person.
It's not her. That's because
It's
it's not
not
her.
Not
Angel.
her.
This is her 5th replacement.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Avril Lavigne will live on forever. That's what.
Mm.
Oh, I was gonna say other concerts I've seen. I saw Katy Perry with my mom because my mom
Oh.
loves Katy Perry,
I hate you.
and I will say that.
Oh,
Do you love Katy Perry?
yes, I do.
Okay, her concert was
Ah.
really good. I saw her at T-Mobile Arena. She definitely had the most interactive, not in that like I saw her, but at one point she like was playing guitar on top of a planet and floating around.
Yeah.
And she was like her
Whoa.
feet were dangling above her heads, and then she had these people coming out dressed like praying mantis that were on stilts. She definitely had like the most theatrical
Wild.
concert I've been to.
Taylor Swift was like that. She
Yeah.
had the giant snakes come out of like the screen, and she came out of the middle of the screen. And I told Holly I went to this concert because she's always wanted to see Taylor Swift and never blah blah blah. It's her favorite person in the world. I was like, as long as you take me to somebody I like, I'll take you to Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So she's like, I don't know where she's gonna come from. La la la. And I was like, it's so obvious. The screen in the middle is gonna open up, and she's gonna come out, and something like smoke and all this dramatic shit's gonna happen. What happened? Exactly what I said. She walked out in all her glory in this like weird, sparkly, metallic looking dress, and just like goes off and starts singing like her biggest hit. And I was like, oh my god. And then we had bracelets on that were synced up to her,
Oh, that's cool.
like to the music.
Yeah,
So it was a fun time.
that sounds awesome. I'm anticipating that's what the Gwen Stefani concert that I'll be going to
That should be fun.
soon. Yeah, I've seen little bits of videos of concerts of her that someone else went to because she has a residency out here in
Mhm.
Vegas, and one of my buddies, he went out there and he posted about it, and I'm like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun, just general fun. I know most of her songs I know most of the songs from No Doubt. I don't know a lot of her like solo stuff. I'll probably know about maybe like only half of the songs. It'll still be a fun time though.
You telling me you don't know Holla Back Girl?
I know that one. Yeah.
Throw it
I'm
back.
saying, I'm sure she has more songs than
Let's
Holla
go.
Back Girl and
Holla
Rich
Back
Girl
Girl.
and
That's
BANANAS. Oh, that's Holla Back Girl. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I think I saw
Dude, it's
Maroon
big.
I'm thinking
5.
they're two separate songs. Holla Back Girl and BANANAS.
I think I saw Maroon 5.
Ooh,
You think you saw it?
that's a nice one.
You
I think
think
again,
you saw
I
it?
think my mom took me to a lot of places in Texas that I can barely remember. Most
Hmm.
concerts I've been to were like country concerts, like the Texas State Fair. I saw like Dierks Bentley. I think I've seen him like 3 times, and then I saw a lot of other more modern country bands, but I think Avril Lavigne and Maroon 5 were like the 2 most hip people that I've seen.
Lady Gaga is thebomb.com. I saw Lady Gaga. Now,
Yes, I have too.
now, I did not. It was when she did her residency here, but it was not her Enigma concert.
Oh,
It was her
okay.
jazz concert.
Oh,
And
there
Oh,
you
you-
I know that someone's going to listen to this. Holly, I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be bad. I was like, it's jazz. Jazz is boring. It's jazz. I don't want to go, but whatever. I'm going to do it because Lady Gaga. I love her, right?
Mhm.
Best concert I've ever been to. She
That's
was
awesome.
just talking to everybody, and it was a smaller area, like concert hall. So
It was
she
more
was
intimate.
really, yes, and interacting with audience members more. She sang Poker Face in jazz. Was
Wow.
not expecting that.
Did it translate really well?
I can't really say what she sang instead of Poker Face, but
Okay.
it was fantastic. She kissed an audience member who was female while that song was going on in front of her husband because they
Wow.
had like a special seat. If you actually see it, it's a viral video, and I was at that concert.
Wow. I'll
It was a fun
I don't-
time.
Gonna
And
be
to
looking
say-
that up, saving that for
You
later.
should. It's a fun time.
research.
Gotta
For
jot
research.
that down. Gotta jot that
Uh,
down.
Stats, write that down.
And
Write that
she's
down.
like 2 or 3 songs that are on Fallout New Vegas. like on the
Really?
radio. Yeah, she sang a couple
Oh,
of them, and I was like, oh
oh,
my god.
The
my
I
heart,
mean,
oldies,
like,
yeah.
my
yes,
heart.
it was
Oh,
so good,
I
Okay.
think
and she's a
I
great
think I'd
singer.
be. I think I would die.
So I've never played Fallout New Vegas.
That's
Have you guys all played?
a fucking
Yes.
movie.
Of course.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Gotta play it.
You
Gotta
have
play
to.
it. Explain it.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
Explain like I'm 5.
But
Lucas. I think
that's
you're
like
better
ruin
off
it.
explaining this.
What?
Well, no, it's just the synopsis. A small itty bitty thing about the synopsis, about the main story. I'd say.
You're this person that has to do something, and that's it.
That's so vague.
You, Lucas.
No spoilers.
Lucas just described every video game ever.
Ever. You're a person that's got to do something.
But I don't want to ruin it because if you haven't, like, if you don't remember the trailers when this game came out or any of that stuff, I remember when I first watched it and I was like, holy crap, I want to play this game.
Here's the thing though. The stuff that I want to talk about it is like in the first 5 seconds of the game. You boot it up and then it tells you a little bit of what the story is like.
Oh, war.
You're
War
war
never
never
changes.
that one
like,
exactly. That's all it says.
sniper. I love that shot from the sniper. Just watch it.
To get
I
to
can't
give
explain
a
it.
Okay,
us-
how about this? There are spoilers ahead here. You are a mailman in post-apocalyptic. I know, you're a mailman in a post-apocalyptic world, and you have to deliver something.
oh my gosh,
See?
y'all!
I'm just kidding.
I could talk someone's ear off about Fallout New Vegas if
Oh,
I
I
have
could
to.
too. I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil it for you.
Basically what it is, you are a courier, aka mailman, in the post-apocalyptic world that takes place in Las Vegas. A weird, futuristic and yet old style future where everything still feels like the 1950s. She left. Oh no. Our host, where did she go?
Our host has disconnected.
Oh no, that's not good. What do we do now?
We'll be right back after these messages.
Haha, yeah, that's a do.
We need the stripes and the lines and the static.
I'll be honest, I was afraid of this happening, but I honestly thought it would be Olivia that it would happen to.
What
Wow, called out.
Listen, you
No,
don't like
excuse
Discord.
me. I'm on my data so that nothing goes wrong.
Hey,
Nothing
good
goes
on you.
wrong. Because
You could be using your computer right now, and then you could be like showing off your computer to me right now.
That's the thing, though.
yeah,
Can't.
about that.
What happened to your computer?
It's kind of a bin happening thing.
My computer
To give
refuses to.
Olivia, wait 1 second. I want to give perspective to the audience. Olivia just got a gaming PC not too long ago.
She's probably gonna cut this off.
Just in case if she's not cutting this off.
Oh, if it makes her laugh, she's not gonna cut it out.
Exactly.
Okay.
So to give perspective to the audience, Olivia got a gaming PC not too long ago, but it has a lot of problems. I'll just put it out there. It's got a lot of problems. Continue, Lev.
It was a pre-build, so no one knows that, I didn't try to build it myself. If that helps, which it doesn't. Anyways, computer. Oh, she's back. Hello.
You were saying, Olivia?
So my computer is a hot piece of shit. It doesn't pick up my mic on my headset. And I've tried using a splitter to fix it because, sometimes you need to have a splitter, one for your mic and one for your audio. And I've tried doing it that way and it still doesn't work. And I've gone into the settings and looked at everything and there's nothing saying there's nothing obvious that says that it shouldn't work. So
Okay.
I don't know what's wrong with it. I've been getting advice. People are saying to go into the BIOS of it. So the bare bottom of it, programming.
Yeah.
And I know it's supposed to be kind of easy, but I'm techie to a point and I don't want to deal with it.
Okay.
And it's just a shame too, because that gaming PC would be really awesome to have put all together and work all well always. Because we play a lot of games together, all four of us. And having that PC at a performing level where you don't have to worry about it, you essentially just bought it and now you just play it would be really nice.
Yeah.
But I understand that
Because
stuff
it's
happens.
not like how you expect, where your like any laptop that you buy off the shelf at Walmart, you plug in any headset that has a microphone, you plug it in and it'll pick up your audio and let you listen to it. No problems. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to touch anything, it just automatically does it. My computer, for whatever reason, won't. And that's why I tried the splitter, and so it's still not working. But it's all right. I'm thinking there's a few things I can do. I can research some more and look how to get into like the guts of it to see if I can fix it that way. Or I can try going basically totally around the issue altogether. Maybe buy like speakers that have an audio jack. So that way it basically just goes around the entire issue, or buy an actual PC headset with like the USB plug and see if that changes anything.
Work potentially.
So I think either of those things should, like, in theory it should work, but in theory I should just be able to plug in my headset and it should work.
Well, if any of our listeners have any pieces of advice, let us know. We'd really like to get Olivia's PC up and running again.
Yes.
This makes me sad. Does this mean that you're not playing a certain game that I've been telling you? And well, honestly,
We're talking
If
about
you're
KOTOR,
talking
right?
about KOTOR 2,
uh-huh.
it
of the
hasn't
Old
prevented me
Republic.
from playing it.
Amazing.
Thank you, Lauren. Knights of the Old Republic 2, because I've played Knights of the Old Republic, the first one. Anyways, so the second one, no, I downloaded it the other day, and then I got sidetracked by Sims 4.
I can't even be mad about that.
I know you can't. That's why I brought it up. I brought it up because you can't get mad at me
No,
for
I can't
playing
get mad at
Sims
that.
4.
All right.
Olivia brings up a really good point when it comes to gaming, and I fall a victim to it a lot. I have a huge backlog of video games that I would love to get to, and really great stories like Horizon Zero Dawn and the last bit of God of War. All of these beautifully written and well-polished games. Then I don't get around to them because I want this quick serotonin that is Overwatch, getting a win
Yeah.
in Overwatch.
Yes.
That quick serotonin
Duty. Like getting that
Call of
quick
Duty.
win is
Well,
enough
it's so
for me.
easy because you can sit down and it's a set time. Like for me, it's okay, I can sit down and play Overwatch and it'll be at max an hour. That's like maybe one game's 30 minutes depending on what mode you're playing in. You know, maybe it's less, like 15 depending on how good your team is. Like it's, 30 minutes tops, maybe an hour,
I
and you
was
can just
checking
get it done.
my Overwatch stats. I win more as DPS than I've ever won as support or tank. And I just wanted to say
That's
that through me for a
hilarious.
loop. That's hilarious,
awesome.
right?
That is hilarious because I wouldn't say you're bad, but you
I would.
definitely, it's a learning curve.
I
It
would
sounds
say
like
I'm
you're
bad.
saying you're bad. I think you're fine, Lauren. You play very well, and I think it also helps that the three of us all work together as a team, as opposed to
Hell
some
yeah.
other people.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That's true.
Well, the other thing
I get
too,
lost
you
and I
play
fall
a
off a
really
map.
mean. Yes, you
And
do.
then you guys get real toxic in the chat and yell at anybody who yells at me. Mostly Olivia.
Yes.
You did
I was
my
gonna say I
honor.
don't need to be called out about being toxic, but I have my moments.
Well, hey, the other day we were playing and you were doing phenomenally. Like you were a really good tank, right?
Oh yeah,
And someone was like, "Oh, we lost because our tank isn't good, right?" And I was like, "Shut up,
whatever,
Salt."
whatever.
I was like,
Listen.
"Salt." And they're like, we lost because of them. Okay, like it's quick play. Grow up. I'm here to have a good time.
If I
See,
knew how to
you
type
get
in the
good.
chat on my Switch, I would have typed "carry me, daddy" or something like that, because I would have
Yeah.
fed into it.
And they probably would have
But
fed back,
I
and you
don't-
would not want that.
No, but
That would be great.
I don't know
That'd be
how to
great.
all the functions on my Switch. So I did play video games growing up. So I have a lot of brothers growing up. So I would always watch them. It was always, what is that meme of like second controller is unplugged while you watch your siblings play? That was how it was for me. So I'm definitely not good at video games, but I like to play for like the social fun part. So
Absolutely, yeah. Video games can
Well-
bring a lot of people together, whether it be like an actual story-driven game and you like to talk about it. Like I know the three of us, me or myself, Lucas, and Olivia, we love talking about all. Yeah, we yes,
yes,
you.
you.
Oh, me.
We love
You're
talking.
talking about a game I don't play. I'm like,
No,
No,
I don't
no,
know
I'm
who these
saying that it
people
brings
are.
us together. Yeah. You're right. We're paying you to be here, so we gotta make sure.
Oh yeah. for
wait,
sure.
you're getting paid?
Your checks should
Anyways,
come in the mail. I think they're lost. They might have been returned.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hold on.
anyways,
I'm gonna
we
just log off real quick and
the three of us
Never
like
hear
to
from
play these
Lauren.
RPG games like KOTOR and like Fallout New Vegas and the other Fallout universe. Meanwhile, there's also the sheer little competitiveness, playful competitiveness that is like either COD or Overwatch. Even for those that like to play sports games, like I hear a lot of
Online.
like 2K players, they talk another language.
I've never played 2K online, but I will play
Don't play it
every
online.
like I will play PGA 2K, play on the easiest settings, no wind, no anything, and I'll just do it just so that way I can beat TPC Summerlin and just kick Bryson DeChambeau's ass and then, hit like 20 under par. It's amazing.
You do
That's how I
not
play
want to
golf.
play that against me.
No?
No.
No.
Are you
Why
playing with the
not?
easy clubs too?
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
To give
Oh,
a
but
to
I
give a
changed the colors
perspective
to be like a pretty turquoise though.
to give a
It
perspective
matches
a
my
little
Can't
bit.
play
outfit.
if you're not cute.
Thank you.
Lucas and Lauren are our resident golf players. Yeah, they
Oh,
like
really?
talking PGA
Okay.
and stuff.
It's a beautiful sport. One of my coworkers tried to convince me that golf stood for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden. And I specifically Googled
What?
that to show
What?
that it's not true. It's like a rumor that like dusty old farts came up with. They
Of
said
course,
that
it's
golf was
dusty
an
old farts.
I mean,
Golf
maybe
was
in
an
the like
acronym.
1800s, but like
Thank you.
Wait, what
Golf
was the acronym? What does it say?
gentlemen
Gentlemen
only,
only.
ladies forbidden.
Oh, I see.
it
Okay.
It's
was only a
stupid.
gentleman's sport.
Yes. Which it was, but so was like everything back in ye
Mhm.
old days.
But I
But
mean,
I
technically,
literally
not even like poor people could play,
exactly.
and you had to like be a caddy from like a very young age. Stop being a caddy at 16, then get sponsored by people. And there's a whole bunch of.
Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
watched the greatest game ever played.
Wow.
We've talked about this, Lauren.
Thought we were gonna watch like all the great golf games.
Legit, she's
We were
shedding
gonna
a tear
No.
right now.
we were
Right
gonna
after
sit
this one.
down and watch all the golf classics together. You know what? This is a discussion for another
We
podcast. I'm sorry.
never discussed that. Ugh.
It's fine.
Lauren, you brought something
The
up.
drama.
Lauren, you brought something up that
Don't start,
I
Olivia.
always
Coming for you.
Continuing.
Coming at you
Drama.
at 10 o'clock.
drama. Anyways, Lauren, you brought something up that I always like to talk to about any gamer of any experience level. Do you usually play on start off on easy mode, normal mode, or hard mode?
So I almost always started off on like the regular modes as a kid. But then again, I mostly played like Pokemon and things like racing games as a kid. Or I would play the Goku fighting games, not Goku. Dragon Ball Z. Yes, I like to play those. I would specifically only play the girl characters,
Mhm.
which usually back in, the early 2000s was like the one girl with like the hot pink car, like in Twisted
Yeah.
Metal, and she was like the flower power. Usually those characters because I
Super
was a
girly girl.
Yes.
Mhm.
Then I got into League of Legends in college. You guys can boo me now.
Ooh. Oh, I guess it's just me. Yeah, I don't like League of Legends.
Just League of Legends. I got really, really into it to the point where I wanted to play ranked and I had to play like 10 games a
Ooh.
day to keep my rank. Hit gold. I wanted the special
Hold
pixelated
Wow.
skins. That way I entered in tournaments. I think I
Oh.
had like specifically like we would hang around with guys who would give us free skins because you were a girl in the group chat. Oh, it was
Mhm.
Yeah.
it was
Girl
the dark
privilege.
ages. Yeah, girl privilege. Like, hey, can you please buy me this brand new skin? And then I realized just how much time I was putting into League because I could literally sit there, addictive personality, and just play for like 48 hours straight. It
Wow.
was bad. Not 48. I'm over exaggerating. Then I just stopped. I like went cold turkey on video games, and then now I'm slowly starting to get back into them. Thanks to you guys, my lovely friends, I bought the Switch because it has easy games. Play easy games like Pokemon, Crash Team Racing, Overwatch. I'm almost through BioShock. Every single game that
Bravo.
has any kind of level, I play on easy mode because I'm here to have fun.
Fair.
And I want to
Fair point.
win. And also
Yeah,
I have a
that's
panic
good.
attack if like one zombie comes at me in Overwatch. Like I think I started crying like when I didn't realize that BioShock was a horror game. I thought it was like a steampunk
It's not that
It's horror.
scary.
It was
It's-
horrifying.
The fact that
It's
Olivia's
scary.
saying it's not that scary,
Oh no,
that's
I
telling
was.
me it's not that scary.
When I first played Bioshock, I think I was 12, and it was very scary
Okay,
for
that's
me.
spooky. Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
talking about
It-
like right now.
Right
If you
now,
were
I'd
to
probably
play
be fine.
I'm a weenie hut junior. It's okay.
it.
I
No,
mean, I like Lauren said, like I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I play
Whoop.
easy mode.
I do
I'm
too.
here, like I'm here for the lore. I'm here to find and not all of the collectibles, but at least a good portion of them. I'm here for the story, and that's it. Like, don't.
Literally, I
You
get
know.
so mad whenever any of the zombies come and attack me when I'm just trying to like look outside and or like look at the map and see what's going on. Like if I'm at a mall, one of the levels was in a mall. I was trying to see all the stores. There was like a strip club, there was like a movie theater, there was like all this stuff. And then these zombies
Strip
kept coming
club
out of nowhere
mall.
and attacking me. I'm like, I'm trying to look at the game you guys built, and you guys are just distracting from it by having me play this game. It was just
You want me to play the game? God, I
side-
just
yeah.
want to look around at the stuff.
Quick
literally.
side note: I bet there are people out there not from Vegas thinking that we have strip clubs in our malls.
We don't.
I've never seen one.
I have.
Exactly.
I heard we had a drive-through one.
Oh, but
Well,
you
yeah, that
guys
was for
all
pandemic.
live in hotels, right?
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
absolutely.
You live on the
Just like we
strip,
lived in
right?
I'm
Disneyland.
currently living on the
Yeah.
top floor of the Bellagio. Get on my level.
Oh wow.
I
Wow.
have the penthouse. No, excuse me. I am in the executive suite that Beyonce and Jay-Z have built themselves
Wow.
at the Cosmopolitan. That's where I'm
Hey,
at.
Wow.
very
Yeah.
lucky.
Wow.
Yes, it's who you know.
I just wander around Fremont. I'm homeless.
Oh no.
I
You're
dress
living the
as
high life.
the showgirls. I dress as those, and then men give me tip money, and then
Hey,
I
you
sleep
make
with
your
that.
money.
You know,
Get paid.
it's a living.
It's living.
It's a
Doesn't go on
living.
my taxes.
Anyways, going back to the
Vegas,
whole
it's a living.
game difficulties thing. I guess I'm the only one that likes to play on normal or hard mode whenever it comes to a game.
I don't care about combat. It's really down to preference. If you're more into, oh look, there's a big monster. Let me go and poke it and kill it with my sword. You're not gonna like playing it on easy because it'll die very quickly, and you like the challenge of it, and that gives you your sweet serotonin.
Exactly.
Where
That's true.
for me, and maybe for like role playing games, I enjoy just exploring and finding people and exploring things to find weird lore because that's what interests me and gives me my sweet serotonin. Especially if it's
Very
like
true.
a secret thing and like no one else knows about it or it was hard to get to.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm definitely that instant reward, and like if it's too challenging, I'll just like not play.
I'll get too mad. I'll just get too mad.
Like
My-
I need that instant gratification at this point in my life where I'm like, I don't care, just give it to me.
I like easy games with puzzles. Like there was this game called Dog's Life on the PlayStation 2. I'm
Dog's
sure if I
Life.
like looked back on it and tried to play that game, I'm sure the graphics would be horrible, but in my mind it's amazing. So you play as this dog and you're on a farm and then your girlfriend dog gets kidnapped and you just go through different levels and then you have to be friends with other dogs and have like if you're in the frou frou town, you have to be friends with a chihuahua, then you can control the chihuahua to get the key to get to wherever. It's really cool because you can be a bunch of different dogs. You can grab cats and then you can shake them until they're bald, and then you can poop on people, and people
God.
can like kick you out of town. It's an amazing game. I love this game.
And
It sounds
I
like a
wonder why
wild
you're
dream.
messed up.
It sounds like a wild dream, but I played a little bit of it, and it is a
It's
great
so
game.
fun.
This sounds
Oh
It's
my
so
gosh.
fun.
It's
Oh
the
my gosh.
typical early 2000s 3D
Yeah.
platformer.
Yes.
That
Open world,
like,
but not really.
yeah, sort of open world, and you get to be a dog. Like,
Yes.
how awesome is that?
And
you get to
the
do dog things.
Sounds like
The final
Those are
level
older.
freaked
And
me out so
the
much
graphics.
because at the end you find out because as you would go through these people's houses or whatever, you would hear the
Is this
radio.
spoiler?
This
Is
is
this
Yeah,
spoiler
oh,
alerts
yeah,
for
sorry, I
Dog-
new
As
to
if anyone's gonna
podcast
play this,
spoiler
but yeah.
alert. And
Okay,
has
a
anybody
spoiler alert for a PS2 game. Come
Dog's
on.
like,
man.
hey, come
My
on, I don't want to be
God.
spoiled for it. So
Okay, well maybe some people are gonna
Well,
play it.
don't
We're really
spoil it
hyping it
for
up.
me. I have my PS2 still.
Are
I
you gonna
still
play
have
it?
mine.
If I buy this
okay.
for you, will you play it, Lucas?
Absolutely not. I'm not playing dog goat simulator. Basically, I'm okay.
Oh my
Yes,
So
God.
listen, but
it's
the
better than
the
Goat Simulator.
solution traumatized me because I'm somebody who grew up with like 3 dogs, outside in a kennel run all the time. You go through, you get to the final level, and you go to this lady's mansion because you find out as you're listening to the radio as a dog. Oh, and there's a level called Smell-O-Vision where everything was black and white and you had to follow the
Yes,
smells. Oh,
I
amazing.
remember that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Awesome. She'd be like, try this brand new cat food. Da, 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 da. You found out her new cat food was made from grinding up dogs, and you had to stop the conveyor belt from chopping up your dog girlfriend to
Oh
becoming cat
my
food.
gosh.
Oh my God.
And it
What
took
the
me so long
hell?
to beat, and I was like crying. And it was like the gross, again, early 2000s Tony Hawk Skater. Well, actually, that game's a lot better. I'm sorry, Tony Hawk.
Yeah, don't compare him to
Like Twisted
Two
Metal,
Dogs
it was
Life.
very much like that level of like humor, but it was very traumatizing because I love my puppies.
That sounds very traumatizing. Why would you do that to a dog, even in a video game?
I don't know. She was a crazy cat lady. It was
I
the
mean-
usual cats versus dogs.
If you look at what's that movie, 102 Dalmatians, where she's
Yes.
like she has the dogs on like a conveyor
Yeah.
belt and doing stuff with them too.
That's very
We're just
true.
messed up people. Okay.
Leave our dogs alone.
Yeah. Leave our dogs alone. Also, I like cats too.
Cats are. It's funny. I used to not like cats as much, but then a lot of my friends start getting cats. I like them better now.
They're just different.
As I have gotten older, I resonate a lot more with cats than I do dogs. I'm like, please leave me alone. Go run around and entertain yourself. The cat will leave me alone and entertain itself by sleeping. And then when it wants to be petted is usually when I'm like, yes, I'm social. And
That's
then
fair.
I'll be like, no, get off me.
Okay, so when you came over and Finn was like in your face, Finn is my massive friggin' poodle dog. Climb all over you and give you tons of
Because it's
kisses,
not my
Lucas.
dog. Because it's
Because
not my dog.
so if it's not your dog,
It's not my dog, so I feel uncomfortable telling your dog now because there's a
oh,
lot
you
of
could
people
have.
who
I was
don't
trying
like
to pull
that.
him off, and you were like,
I
"Oh,
know.
it's okay."
I'm a guest.
I have no problem being a
Dog.
guest.
The
Being like,
dog
"No,
is
get your dog and
actively
leave him."
eating your face off,
But
and
It's
when
you're
you're
fine.
like,
right
It's
it's
fine.
there,
It's
I
okay.
fine.
was like, stop it.
I'm the guest. It's fine. By very big dogs before, and I will say nothing. It's like I am a little uncomfortable, but you know what? This dog is very cute. Probably likes interacting. So there
Yeah.
you go.
And your dog wasn't like hurting me, or
No, all he
like,
wanted to do was just kiss.
yeah.
That's all he
And
does.
that's
It's
fine.
ridiculous. He thinks he's a lap dog. He's not. He's too big, and I keep telling him that. I will say I prefer big dogs to little dogs, though.
I like little dogs.
Minus
Yeah.
Tangy.
Tangy.
But
is a living
she's a
dog.
medium dog.
She is a
She's more
medium.
small
Not a
though.
medium dog. She is a small dog. She is as big as Roxy was. Actually, she's smaller than Roxy. And that's a small
Fine.
dog. Nice try. It was a good try.
Okay.
It
Okay,
was a small
fine.
dog.
I think it's because she's friendly, though. Like, she and Finn get along so well. Whereas, like, most little dogs, I'm very suspicious of. I'm like, you're.
For context for everyone listening, my dog Tangerine is a pug, so you can picture in your mind's eye what a pug looks like.
Very
I
cute
think I've
looking
seen a pug once. I've seen a poodle once, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's a Labradoodle, if that makes
I
any.
know,
It
it's a
just makes him
Labradoodle.
sound worse.
This sounds small.
He's just bougie.
Labradoodle.
He goes to daycare twice a week.
You're
Thank
concerned that Labradoodle is bougie, but not he goes to daycare twice.
Apparently, because my parents won't, like, he's too big to exercise and it's so hot out, so they just drop him off at this daycare place. And the daycare place has an actual bar on the inside where, like, even if you don't have a dog, you can pay $5 just to go and play with the dogs and then drink and watch football at the same
Oh,
time.
like a drinking bar?
Yes,
Wait,
like a bar. Like, that's how
what?
bougie this place is. And then so Finn will go there twice a week, and then all these people who are just drinking and watching football will pet him, and then he'll come home really tired.
You need to send me this bar location because I got to see this for my own eyes.
Okay.
I need
Finn
that
is
sweet
so
serotonin.
friendly. Finn is so friendly that they use him to introduce other dogs because you can't just be like, oh, I'm bringing my dog in. He has to be introduced and be approved as a friendly dog. And so because Finn is like, oh, I love everybody, and if they try and introduce a dog and the dog bites Finn's face off, Finn won't bite back. So one time, like, my parents went to go pick him up and they were like, how's Finn at daycare? They're like, oh, he's training somebody else's dog. It's like an introduction dog.
Wow.
None of my other
Interesting.
dogs growing up got this. I think I had like 4 other dogs growing up. And all of them just like drank pool water out of the backyard and killed our neighbor's rabbit.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not good.
No, Roxy.
No. Yeah.
It's her
They
breed.
were I don't know. I guess it's just, how you raise dogs in Texas versus bougie dogs here in the Bellagio of Las Vegas.
Exactly. On that similar sort of note, I had a dog once that killed one of my birds. Completely accidental, but I'm pretty sure it was just that she wanted to play with him.
You had a
And
bird?
I did, yes. A long while ago. I had a large number of pets growing up. Not all at once. It was just kind of a progressive sort of thing. Started off with
Okay.
the fish, and then it was a dog, and then I had birds, and then I had turtles, and then
Oh my god, you
back
had
more to dogs.
turtles?
I had turtles, yeah, red ear slider turtles. Both were named Hulk and Frankie.
What kind of birds did you have? Were they noisy?
Too.
Oh, they were parakeets. They were sometimes noisy. Yeah. They were really nice to hear in the morning because like they would hear the birds outside, so they would just start like singing singing inside.
Oh my
So it was
god,
really
that's
nice
so
to get that
cute.
feel of music. But there are some times during like the afternoons where they just like really high
They were
pitched
just
like
like, you're gonna
screaming.
hear me.
Yes, I want to be heard. I am going to be heard.
Mood.
We originally had them on like a little table, like off in like the corner of the room. But then that's when one of my dogs decided he wanted to play with one of them. So after that, we put him up on a higher a higher spot.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was not the prettiest sight to come home to. Sometimes it happens, I guess. But I love all my dogs. I loved all my pets.
Aw.
Right now, currently, I have one dog. Her name is Leia. She is a Chihuahua and a pug, which sounds really weird, but she's looks mostly Chihuahua and has a curly tail.
That's so cute.
I was trying to imagine a Chihuahua pug, and it was not happening.
Picture a Chihuahua with longer hair,
Yeah,
and then yeah,
that makes sense. But I was really trying to think, like,
yeah, the longer hair of a pug and not just like the thin hair of a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Has anyone else had birds?
No, I've contemplated getting chickens,
Oh my god. Get some
but
chickums.
I can see you.
I can't get chickens.
If you
Oh.
The
get chickens,
coyotes
they'll
will
come
eat
out.
them, and if the
Oh, yeah.
coyotes don't eat them, the raccoons will get them. So I actually
Yikes.
had
Raccoons eat
turtles.
chickens?
Raccoons will eat anything they can get their grubby hands on.
Oh my god, I
It's
didn't
like
know they ate
cockroaches.
chickens.
They'll eat
They're so
anything.
little. How can their
Raccoons
little
will eat
hands?
anything. They've got hands and they're vicious.
They
Trash
stole those
pandas
hands
are
from
vicious.
people.
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
actually
sorry,
had
continue.
turtles. No, it's okay. I had turtles, and we had this like makeshift like plastic tub, like it was a big plastic tub, and we had the water in there, and I think we had like a little like pump, so it would like filter the water, like a waterfall feature. Anyways, it was really cute, really nice setup, and then one day I went out there and they were gone. What happened to my turtles? And we were looking around, there was some mud and whatnot, and you could see their little foot imprint. So the raccoons ate my
Oh no,
turtles.
I am
Yeah.
so sorry.
It
That
it
sounds
was
like
really
a
sad.
villain
Like
origin story.
maybe. It was really sad.
Turtle
I'm
woman.
still pretty bummed about it, but maybe some other day.
I had a
Maybe
bird.
someday.
Like you
Oh,
had a
yeah.
bird?
I just remembered. I had
Oh
a
my God.
duckling in high school.
Memory unlocked.
Wait,
Yeah, like
you say
background unlocked.
you say a duckling?
A duckling. I had a baby duck in zoology.
What?
I took zoology my senior year of high school. First of all, that class, like, we like cut up squid and the teacher brought in a pot and we made calamari after we dissected it, which was probably very unsanitary.
Yeah. Okay.
We started off in the semester with like, clams, and then you got into like shellfish, and then you got into like frogs, and then you get bigger, and then you could choose if you wanted to dissect. I think it was a shark, a puppy, or hatch ducklings. So the class voted on ducklings.
Yeah.
I made sure that like my authorization note for my parents saying yes, she can have a duckling was like approved that day. And I got to take home a duckling, and I named it Sinbad. And then I realized it was a girl duckling, and I renamed her Lilliput.
Aw.
And
Aw.
she got really big. And then when she got big enough, I think we released her, or we didn't release her. We took her to like a bird sanctuary out by Gilcrease, and that was pretty cute. Just remembered, yeah, pooped everywhere.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
imagine.
Could not stop pooping. my cat was really excited to like look at this duckling, and I could not get a lot of sleep because she was real loud.
A lot of quacks.
A lot of quacks.
I love ducks.
They
Like
have a lot to
have
say.
I have a friend who has a bunch of different birds, and sometimes I'll house sit for her, and she has a whole, it's not a gaggle of geese, like a whole squad ducks, and I just think they're the cutest because they like wiggle their little tail and they quack and they like shake their bills. I don't know, they're just so cute. But yeah, they poop way too much and they stink so
Stink.
bad.
They
They
do.
So
are
pretty
so
though.
stinky.
They look so
But
soft. You hold them like hamburgers.
I don't think I would want an exotic pet like that. That seems like
is
way
that
too much work.
exotic?
I would consider that exotic, yeah. I don't hear
Do you
very
consider
many
farm
people saying
animals
ducks.
exotic?
When I don't live
Oh,
on a
it's a
farm,
farm
yes.
animal.
So I would
Pigs,
consider turtles and
chickens.
parakeets to be exotic.
But they're not farm animals.
They could
We're not
be.
talking about farm animals.
We're
Well,
talking about exotic animals.
I wouldn't consider them exotic per
So like
se.
a Venn
It's like it's a
diagram, one
reptile.
is like exotic animals and the other is like farm animals. I feel like there's some overlap, and maybe this is just me being naive. Most of them have cat, dog, maybe a fish.
Yeah, see, so you have
Well,
I think the way that you can categorize it, yeah, is like dog, cat,
Mhm.
reptile, or some type of fish. I think is the general consensus as far as normal pets, in my opinion.
So duck
I
is
think anything past
exotic.
yes, I would say so.
Just
Yeah.
Turtle is
because it,
exotic.
Turtle's not exotic because that's under the reptile thing.
Bird,
Bird's not exotic.
but ducks are
I
exotic.
Yes, I
Are
think
you
so.
saying that ducks are not birds, Angel?
I'm not saying ducks are birds. You're twisting my words. I'm gonna you're trying to make me say something controversial on here, and they won't have it.
I am. Listen, we're the second episode in. We already have beef and drama between our hosts. This is great. This is great. Driving
All
over
fun.
views.
Apparently, the important difference, as said by vet med something whatever.
.com.
Yes,
.gov.
the important difference is that an exotic animal is one that is wild but is from a different continent than where you live. For example, a hedgehog in Texas would be considered an exotic animal, but in the hedgehog's native country, it would be considered wildlife.
Hmm.
It has to be wild, and you like are trying to domesticate it. So, like a tiger is not
Yeah, that
like
makes
a
sense.
domesticated. Obviously not a domesticated pet.
So what they're saying is,
It's
I can
exotic.
if I have a roadrunner as a pet, that's not exotic because it's from here.
So if Olivia decided to
It's a
keep
wild
pet
animal.
raccoons,
Okay.
she would just be having pet raccoons. They wouldn't be exotic because they already live there and terrorize her neighborhood with their
They would
people
be
hands.
wild. They'd be called wild.
a
Raccoon.
wild animal that
But,
I'm
like-
domesticating,
Yes,
but
basically.
that
But,
can't
like,
really domesticate them.
I don't know. They got
There are
grabby hands. I'm
people
sure
who
you.
do
I'm
that.
sure you can.
Domesticated
You can just
raccoon.
domesticate it. On that note of
mean-
raccoons, I'm gonna take a quick little tangent here. I've been to a restaurant where there are raccoons just chilling amongst the eaters. It's called Los Mapaches in Mexico. It is crazy. It kind of traumatized me a little bit because I would never think that I'd just see a raccoon just chilling, like literally
Nobody
walking
did
between
anything?
the. No, that was the thing. That's so Los Mapaches in English
Do
is the raccoons.
As a raccoon.
Do raccoons violate OSHA?
Well,
You
OSHA doesn't
mean the
exist
health
in Mexico,
department?
so
Yes.
Yeah, that's something.
yeah, OSHA's a here thing in the States, not a Mexico thing. So no, I can easily say that. So yeah, it was a very interesting
Being in a
experience.
cat cafe, only it's raccoons.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Raccoons are just
So what-
walking around you. You can pet the raccoons. I didn't
What
see
would a
anyone pet the
Vegas
raccoons.
version of that be? You know, Japan has the cat cafe, Mexico has the raccoon restaurant. I feel like we'd have scorpions or something.
Oh no!
No, it's called strip clubs.
Now, there you
That's what it is here. It's called strip clubs.
Good ladies.
We have lady.
You want some-
Ladies of the night.
You want some titties
call
in your
girls.
face?
Oh my
Want some
god.
titties in your face?
No, but guys, listen, the food is so good. The food is so
At the
good.
strip clubs?
Yes.
At strip clubs.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh.
I thought
I'm
you
like, what
actually
are you
went to
talking
No,
was
I
like,
was
where
trying to
did
be
you
like
go?
the douchebag who's like, let's go to a strip club, and you're like, why can't we just go to a normal restaurant with raccoons? And the guy's like, no, but the food is so great. That's why we should go to the
They
strip.
don't serve food at a strip club.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
think.
If you go
I'm
before
sure
like
they
happy
do.
hour,
They do have food at strip clubs.
they have like
Oh my
like
god,
buffalo.
I've
They
never
have
been
wings.
to a
Like
strip
chicken
club,
wings.
so
Well, I've never been to either, but they always have wings
Oh, yeah,
and like
but
fries.
But my
Okay.
cousin, which I have many cousins, so I'm not going to say the name, worked in security at a strip club. And they had food at their strip club. And it's one of the strip clubs. Well, okay, it was in California, but there's some out here that are from the same,
Mm.
Okay.
who would have thought that there's chain strip clubs, but there are.
Very weird that we somehow transitioned from pets to strip clubs, and I don't know if I like that.
Well,
It was my joke.
When you move to Vegas, you have your own pet stripper.
I can confirm nor deny that.
So is Wyatt exotic?
Wyatt, I would not consider
Yeah.
exotic. Wyatt is your pet. What type is it? Gecko?
Well, I'm
or is
assuming
it...
that it hatched here, but they're
But it's not
native.
his native.
They're
He's
native
not
to the
native
Middle
here.
East, which is why they
So-
do well here because it's desert.
And he's exotic by their definition.
Oh, Wyatt is my leopard gecko who doesn't do much except sleep.
I have no animals anymore.
That's rough, man.
sorry.
Actually, it's not. There's no more dog hair. There's
No
no
more
more
poo?
responsibility. None of it.
Now you
Okay.
can just go camping.
I can.
Where
Not
do you
like
wanna
I
go?
couldn't go. Oh, wait, what?
Well, like for me, anytime I go camping, I'm like, okay. Or anytime I have to go someplace, I'll be like, hey,
Oh.
Lucas and Holly, y'all
Watch
babysit a
me.
gecko?
I thought you asked something different with camping, and I was ready to go. Got it.
Oh, well, we can talk about camping in just
No,
a
you're
sec,
good.
but I'm just say, as part of being a pet parent to a dragon, basically, that's like 2 ounces, it sucks trying to go anywhere because I'm like, okay, I don't have a UV light. I need to have somebody feed it live crickets and or worms or whatever. So
How'd
that's
that
always
go with your
The what?
after you took Wyatt from here?
Mhm.
What happened? Did you end up cleaning out the whole thing?
Oh, I did, and I've
Okay.
cleaned it again. So for our listeners, last time I had to go visit Lake Tahoe to go visit some family. Lucas and Holly were lovely enough to pet sit Wyatt, my sweet little, leopard gecko. Come back. There's like an alien in the cage.
What?
It was white and it was like big and it was slightly moving but not gently, and I didn't know if he like threw it up. I didn't know if it was a parasite. I didn't know what it was. Holly said maybe the crickets and the worms decided to have babies and made a new
Oh
hybrid
no.
rug.
Oh
And
no.
it was disgusting. I was gagging as I was trying to get it out, and I was freaking out because I was like, oh my god, there might be. Lucas and I are like, oh my god, what if there's something in the house that somehow got into the cage? It's a pupa. I didn't know that worms turned into pupas.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, Lauren didn't pay attention when they had in elementary school the life stages of a caterpillar, where it's a little worm and then it
Caterpillar's
goes
not a
into a
worm. They're
cocoon.
totally different. Didn't you ever play
They are
Pokemon?
They are different, but the life stages are not the same, but very similar. If you would have paid attention in school, you would have known that they go from a worm to a pupa, they pupate, and then they go
Disgusting.
into a beetle or whatever they're going to turn into.
That's like
So-
the worst
This
thing
was a
I'm hearing.
beetle, is what
So-
I was going to get into.
Yeah, it's a beetle. It
Well, I
turns
had
into a
Holly
beetle.
put it in a trash bag, and then Holly threw that trash bag away. So that pupate is no more. Pupa might be like my top 10 least favorite words now because I thought it was a dead thing, and then I tried to tweeze it, and then it slightly jiggled a little bit. Oh, and like
It
the way
fought.
it
was
fought.
It was
Oh
like,
my god.
like
was
the
awful.
tail, like pooped out and wiggled.
I'm fighting for my life out here.
He's gonna
It was
get you.
disgusting. It was like an alien. I thought my poor Wyatt
See,
was gonna die.
kids, this
But-
is
and then-
why you pay attention in school.
Okay,
so...
but in school
does
we
that?
had beautiful little monarch butterflies. I thought it was the same as like earthworms. Like earthworms, they just stay earthworms and then they dry up in the sun, right?
Earthworms don't mutate. They don't pupate. They just
That's what I
they're
thought.
the
The
same
mealworms were the
type.
same thing. That they
Mealworms
didn't.
are
no,
not the same.
mealworms are not the same.
They
It's
have
a
worms
beetle.
in the names. Oh
They're a
god,
beetle, and they have a
It's a
really
beetle.
tough shell for a worm.
they are the worst teenagers that I've ever seen in my life.
I hope you threw away whatever that had
Oh
the
yeah,
worms
Holly
in it.
threw it away. Yeah.
No, I mean like the
The rest of
container
them?
that had, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
no, I
it-
threw them away.
Okay, because like
You're
telling
eventually
me-
they'll start turning too.
Yeah, you're
Awful.
telling me you don't want to pupie people for a pet?
Pupate.
No,
Some
they're
pupa.
not nearly as cute as the metapods.
Got it. I see.
It was like something out of like the Alien movies.
See, now
I
I'm getting
thought
like
it was gonna like jump on
Weird.
me as I was poking
yeah,
it.
face hugger. Just
Yes.
gonna eat your face.
Well, and it's like on its back. and
Mhm.
like it looked like a dead bug.
It
And
had
it
like all these
was
legs everywhere, and I was like,
was just
worms don't
chilling, I
have
guess.
legs. Worms don't have legs, Lucas. Where did it get these legs from?
mealworms, dude.
Like, you know the life cycle of a frog, right? Like it
Tadpole.
goes through, yeah, it goes through stages. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but frogs are cuter than pupae.
Okay.
I would say
They're
that
frogs.
Not to
the
an
pupae are
entomologist.
just as bad as scorpions and raccoons with people hands.
And some
That's
people
it.
have those as pets. So I mean, fun
My
things.
dog got stung by a scorpion in our garage one time.
Oh no.
Is she okay? Oh my god.
She's been like dead for a really long time, but not because of that.
Well, not because of the scorpion, though, right?
Yeah.
No, no. It wasn't a poisonous scorpion somehow, some way. And it
Mhm.
was a baby one too. So my mom was freaked out and it was on her face. Went to the vet and they're like, yeah, somehow it's not poisonous. We're like, oh, okay.
I just sheer luck
And
sometimes.
that was that.
Yeah,
I would
yikes.
get so mad when
I would not keep a scorpion or any sort of insect or arachnid as a pet.
Nope.
Me.
I would get so upset back in like our old house. We would get scorpions like every year, and then my dogs would be like, "Ooh, what's that?" And so I'd be trying to kill the scorpion and like vacuum it up and like hit it with the vacuum hose and try and kick my dogs back because my dogs were trying to eat it. And I'm like, I'm trying to save your dumb dog life right now. Can you
That's called
get?
natural selection.
Can you not try and eat the poisonous alien that's on the ground? Awful.
Like it's a new friend. They want to make a new
Mm-mm.
friend.
No, no friends. Do scorpions pupate?
I have no
They
idea.
shed their skin.
Yeah,
Ugh.
kind of like same idea.
Hmm.
I'll have
It's
I
gotta
don't-
be
a
it's gotta be
cement
kind of
vest.
creepy to look at like a reptile shedding their skin and then like literally have like an empty shell of what their old skin was. Just being in the tank. Like
Scorpion shed their skin.
I've seen
was-
like a shedded snake before. Someone I knew had a snake, pet snake, and it just looks crazy. Looks like a little ghost.
I would say
Yeah.
since owning Wyatt, because Wyatt's the first reptile I've had, mice, birds, dogs, cats. Learning how to take care of Wyatt has made it a little bit less creepy after watching the shedding. It'll be funny because if he gets like his paw stuck, I'll be like, "Oh, you're wearing your pretty gloves." Or something. The bugs are the creepiest part of pet care, but
Yeah.
I think it's more fascinating now.
Pets are nice.
I don't like Wyatt.
You don't like
scares
Wyatt?
No, creeps me out. Lizards
Okay.
creep me out.
Wyatt
I-
or Pupa? Which was better?
The pupa,
Wow.
absolutely
No,
the pupa.
that's offensive.
I fed Wyatt the entire time. My mom couldn't do it. Ollie couldn't do it. I was the one that did it. I had no problem. I was like, stop being a little coward and just like grab it.
Go fight
and
the
put it
dragon.
in.
Yeah. You
And they're like,
sacrifice it.
"Ew, no. So easy. Yeah, it was so easy to sacrifice them. And a couple of times in my mind, like in Indiana Jones 2, the second one,
No.
where he like goes in for his heart.
Alima.
I was going, Kalima.
Oh my god.
Instead of it being a pit of fire, it's a very hungry gecko.
Yes. I like to imagine that it's like a dragon to them. I'm like, go feast your dragon gods. Like,
But like,
See,
I
that's
like
a
your
one cool
lizard.
thing about that. Yeah.
yeah.
But,
I will
like,
say, like, when I first got
like
Wyatt,
lizards.
I didn't realize all the different colors that leopard geckos could come in. I thought it'd have more spots because
you're
Wyatt just
totally
kind of has
visible.
like a Cheeto butt
Cheeto
and like some
butt.
spots. Yeah, just like the tail is like bright orange and everything else is kind of yellow, not a lot of spots. And I think I was telling my parents, I was like, I'm kind of disappointed in like the color of Wyatt. I wish.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad was like, "You sound really racist right now." And I was like, "I just don't like the Cheeto butt." And he's like, "Why are you pressing and making fun of your poor gecko for something that things that your gecko can't control?" I humbled myself and I told Wyatt that Wyatt was beautiful for a gecko.
How
And I'm sure Wyatt just like licked his tongue.
Yeah,
Or
did
something.
not care, licked its eyeball.
Licked his
went to
eyeball,
sleep.
yeah.
Did not care because it's a gecko.
Yeah, it's got a gecko with personality, Cheeto butt,
Yeah, with the Cheeto butt.
How did we get from here?
Pets.
How did we stray so far from good? we were at video games and somehow now we're talking about
It's because we talked about Dog Life, the best game ever made
That's
in
it.
like
Yes.
2000 something.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then it got into pets and then gecko stuff.
We can go back to video games if you
No,
guys
you're
want.
good. I was like, how did we get to pets?
A lot of the times
Just
our
about it.
conversations, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers are going to going to understand this. We will go on long tangents, and that
Mhm.
will end up being the topic anyway.
We have a lot to say.
And I
Video
like that
games.
better.
What other video games do I like? Pokemon Go.
Pokemon
I'm
Go.
just gonna harass. Oh.
So
You-
I
And
tried
you haven't
downloading
chosen
all
one,
of the old
Anakin.
Star Wars games on my laptop, but it wouldn't let me get past the starter screen. Otherwise,
There
I
are
would
some
join in on
crashing.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some games where it's like they were operating on an old operating system.
Hmm.
So you'll have to like finagle the like file names and transfer a bunch of other stuff.
That's-
Really
that's
like
the
hacker
thing,
man your
like-
way to like
Ugh.
start
Hacker
up the
Man.
game.
Well, and that's the disappointing part about it, okay? You go in, you buy this old ass game, and like I get it. It's an old game. You have to do all that finagling. You have to go in and make sure you put in the right folder, and then you have to make sure that, XYZ is, open and you have your save files put somewhere else. Like it's disappointing that it's not as easy as just like point and click. I'm like, that's kind of,
Blowing into the cartridge, getting the dust out.
yeah, you can't just like shove the thing in and it works.
That's what
I
she
think
said.
that's kind of right, yeah. And that's kind of like the disappointing thing. If you don't know enough or you just don't look up like a guide,
Mm-hmm.
you can't fix it. And
Literally,
the
like
nice thing about, oh, sorry.
no,
Like the
like
nice thing about the Steam community, you have to dig for it. I don't know, it's kind of annoying.
well, yeah, like with like the Switch Lite,
don't have
like I
those
was so
problems.
disappointed trying to download another game only to find out Rocket League because Angel was like, "Let's play Rocket League." I had to buy
Yeah.
another micro SD card. I couldn't just download the game, and I'm like, "Why is it like this whole process?" I was not happy because like on the 3DS, you could just go to the store and download whatever. I have so many more games on that. I will say that I'm
That's
kind of
just
disappointed with the Switch Lite.
I think that, I mean, even with the regular Switch, it's good to have that extra storage because it doesn't have any storage. So it's
really
basically
doesn't.
like, and like that's the thing that's kind of interesting with all these new consoles, and as things are moving forward, what they're choosing to leave out as far as storage.
Mhm.
A lot of things it's too bulky where you only have like, I don't know, maybe 500 gigabytes of storage. So you're forced to buy an external hard drive on top of that. I know, woe is us, we have to buy, external
First world
hard
problems.
drives.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, first world problems, but at the same time, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's a nuisance.
Yes.
It's just something you
games are
have to
just
add into the cost too.
games are just becoming so much more massive, and like it's like you
Yeah.
said, like yeah,
The
we're coming into
the
the
hardware is
future.
not keeping up.
Mhm,
No,
exactly.
they don't care to upgrade it by that much because
Well,
they
how are they going to
want
get you to
that
buy the
money.
new console every other
Exactly.
year?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then
they do that by
speaking
making
of
a
like,
bigger size console, like 1 terabyte console or
yeah,
2 terabyte
Well,
console.
and then they don't
yeah,
have
the
to
toast.
put out a new one for many years
Mm-hmm.
because as long as they keep putting out just the same version of the same thing out, you'll still buy it just
And
because it's the
Thing
new.
too is making sure your
Blah, blah, blah.
updates like, a week in advance or the day that the update comes out
Don't
if
even
you
talk
want to
about
end up
Call of Duty.
playing. I am talking about Call of Duty here because I have not updated it in a hot second and I'm
You're
afraid.
screwed.
I know.
I
So bad.
downloaded that onto my laptop like last year. Have not
Okay.
opened it, and I think that would actually kill my laptop if I opened
I
it.
think it would. Your
I think
laptop is definitely not a gaming laptop,
No, absolutely
and
you
it
guys can
will
see the
probably tank it.
temperature on this baby and feel it right now. Whew.
Can you cook an egg on it? Probably.
Yes,
No,
probably.
yeah.
not. That's all right.
Games, yeah. I miss the old times of just playing games. You buy a game from the shelf of like your local store, you
And it
get
had
home, you
everything.
pop, yeah, it's everything. Everything's good. You
Yeah.
pop it in, you play it like right then and there.
Mm.
Sure, you
Yeah,
gotta
you
wait for
don't
load
have to
times or
download
whatever.
anything. It just
Write
does
down the
it.
cheat codes onto computer paper.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had to write down like
I remember
when you were
those days.
befriending the dogs in Dog's Life XX00 to make sure that you barked in the right pattern to be friends with like the Dalmatian or whatever.
I was
'Cause-
thinking like cheat codes from like GTA. Those are like always the classics.
Do you
Uh,
remember the little booklet you could get from like the school's book fair? And it had
Yeah.
like just cheat codes for every single game.
Mhm.
It had
Yes.
Tony Hawk's on there. I
Oh my
always had
gosh.
to buy it, and it'd be like R2 LT LT X Y Z blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you're definitely one of those kids that I was jealous of because like you got stuff from the classic book fair, especially
Right?
that. Like that sounds really awesome.
I mean, to be fair, my cousin bought it for me because I did not go to public school.
I
Mm.
see.
I was
Okay.
homeschooled.
Hmm.
And you still got more stuff from the Scholastic Book Fair than I
Right. And just
didn't.
collectively, you got more stuff than us. That was so funny.
I think that about calls it for our podcast,
I hear
unless you
you.
guys have any last things that you would like to go over. If
Hmm.
not, we can just go play some Overwatch.
I enjoy y'all's
Have
company
fun
as
playing
always.
Overwatch.
Aw.
Mhm.
I mean, you could, get Overwatch 2, Lucas, and join us, but
It's really fun. You'll probably be better than I am.
and you wouldn't even have to pay for it because I would give you the copy that I have.
It's true.
Yeah.
There's always Rocket League. I know that I know Lauren, you're not really the biggest fan of it, but it's always a fun thing.
That's true. We can
I'll
have
think
we
about
can have
that.
rock- think about that. We'll consider it.
I'll think about that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, so that was the nerds. I called you guys nerds.
You
That's
did call
fine.
us nerds.
I'm
It
sorry.
slipped out. It's too
I
natural.
feel attacked.
Nerds is fine.
I'm a geek. All right.
What's the
Shut
difference?
up.
What's the difference between a nerd and a geek? Lucas, please specify.
Um,
You have 30 seconds.
A nerd to me is someone who's like into like school,
Okay.
and someone who's a geek is into like Star Wars video games.
Okay.
All that
So you're
stuff.
saying that like a geek
Hmm.
cannot be doing well in school.
I mean, they can, but then there'd be a geeky nerd,
What's a nerdy
Interesting.
geek?
a nerdy, really super nerdy.
Like Urkel?
Urkel is just a nerd.
He's just nerd.
He
Yeah.
wasn't a geek. He was
Okay.
just a nerd.
All right.
Debate down in the comments.
Debate down in the comments. What's the difference? You guys can follow us on SoundCloud, Neon Outpost, Instagram on neon.outpost, Twitter for @neon_outpost, and then YouTube Neon Outpost. We're going to try and figure out how to get onto Spotify and possibly Apple Podcasts. Still not sure how to do that. Other than that, thank you guys for listening. And thank you to Crystal, who's like our social media person. Super excited to have her take care of those accounts because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Fun times for all.
See you later.
Bye.
Perfect.
Bye.
Excellent.
Bye.
Excellent.
All right. There we go. That's it. All right.